You good?
Good to go.
Oh boy. Hello everybody, and welcome back to Encounter Roleplay. My name is Will. As you can probably tell from my voice, I'm feeling a little bit sick today. But we're gonna push through regardless. We're gonna strive to go where no D&D has ever gone. Actually, no, we're gonna go back to the Samurai Sigil. It's episode
5?
6?
oh,
5,
six.
6? Something like that.
Six.
Depends on what you're counting as a part of this or not.
It's
Sure.
more than 1 and less than 10.
Yeah, somewhere between there, somewhere in between is where we're at today. And we have players of us today, other than Josh, who is absent. Although I am playing Moldog today. Moldog should be back tomorrow, back and kicking again. However, he is taking his leave of absence. I had to give him at least 3 hours off per year, and he's decided to take it today. So other than that, though, we have Mike and Tollschool with us. Mike, how are you, my friend?
I'm good. I'm tired. I just drove 4.5 hours from a different state, so other than that, not too bad. Not too bad.
Good. And who will you be playing today, sir?
I will be playing with the perfect Asian accent, Aryuka Mazuko. He is an assassin from the Mazuko clan who make a pact with a Shinigami to become dealers of death.
Yes, indeed. It's quite a roguish type. And on the other side of things, we have Tollschool. How are you, Tollschool?
Doing good. I am down here in Florida. Spent the weekend in North Carolina. Got my fill of their fall, Florida winter for me. So I'm going to stay in the Sunshine State for the until it's warm again everywhere else in the country. But no, doing well.
Good. And who will you be playing today, sir?
I will be playing Gavin Fjordhammer again, who is a paladin, sort of everyman paladin of St. Cuthbert, not the knight in shining armor, but more a paladin of common sense and the common man, who also happens to have been blessed with a necrotic hand of the Raven Queen. So he is walking the balance between sort of life and death. As he journeys through the world, just trying to make it a little bit better place for everyone.
Yeah, cool, awesome. And Josh will not be joining us today. If Moldog were here, exclamation point absent would tell us that Josh is most likely dead. Because why else would you not be playing the Samurai Sigil? Doesn't make sense. So surely he has lost his way somewhere. But we are going to do a bit of a recap as to where we are in the adventure. But it being episode 6, there's a bunch of things which have happened that none of us will remember. So let's try and muddle through it together and see where we can remember together. So Mike, why don't you start us off with a quick overview of everything up until kind of last episode, and we can go into more detail. You can kind of breeze over the other stuff.
Oh man, up until last episode. So up until last episode, we were originally hired by the Albionite army to go see a seer named Asa, who lived in the swamp in a town called Low Candle, and tell them to surrender or be subjugated. They chose neither. The Albion Knights marched on them. So we actually left their employ, went to go work for Asa. We went up to lead the vanguard of their fleeing people. We fled to the mountain village where we found a guy who was not Harvey Dent or the Mountain from Game of Thrones, or the Hound, rather.
Absolutely not.
We met with them. We trained some of their soldiers. I fought a bird squatch, got some masahuana.
Yeah.
I think Gavin made a frying pan or something. He repaired a frying pan, I believe. He repaired some things like that. We then fled from there, or not fled from there. We left from there with their seer, a young girl. Went to the Shogun's palace. Found that the entire Shogun's palace was crazy corrupted. And we then met with the seer there. Ryuk, he pledged to kill a lot of people and do a lot of things that were favors of favors of favors. We then went back to the mountain village with Yasuda, who is the half of the leader of the leader of half of the Iron Mask, to kill her brother/lover, the other half of the Iron Mask. And then we did. And then that brings us to last episode.
Yes, indeed. And thanks so much to Good Guy Pie for the 3 months. He says, well, 3 months, do I get a cookie or something? I haven't baked the latest batch, Good Guy Pie. Maybe at 4 months, I'll have the cookies ready. They're still kind of in the oven. But thanks so much, my friend, for the 3 months. I appreciate that. And I salute you, sir. One of the most gentlemanly of scholars. And thanks to everybody who resubscribed whilst I was away, whilst I was ripped. The bird squatch did indeed happen. It was, certainly an interesting little encounter. But last episode, Tall School, why don't you remind us of some things that happened last time?
So last time things were looking pretty grim. We left the Iron Court, basically off on this mission to go kill Shinzato. Sorry. Yeah. Go kill Shinzato. Well, at that point, it was to capture him, because a lot of Ryuk's plan revolved around using the execution of Shinzato to lure all the generals basically into an ambush, so that the shogun could kill all of the generals and basically take control of all opposition to his rule, and then take the samurai sigil for himself. So the trick we had then, as we were going down to the mountain city fortress, that's sort of halfway between Low Candle and the castle, we did bump into a bunch of grungs, who are a whole army of frogmen who had been displaced out of the swamp and who have agreed to help defend this sort of mountain fortress that protects the surrounding villages that had been razed and destroyed by Shinzato, who was the offensive leader of the Iron Mask. We get down there, we get the grung sort of in place, get them to agree to help do nighttime raids on the Albionite army, along with some demon hordes from the seer who's up in the palace, and then go off to confront and face Shin. Our buddy Shin was going to face Shinzato in combat, because the fact that he was a Ronin,
Yeah.
A Ronin would goad him into taking one-on-one combat, because it would be dishonorable to not. Did that. Shin beat the crap out of him. And as Ryuk was ready to collect what was essentially going to be the bait for his trap, Gavin meted out the justice of the Raven Queen for him taking so many innocent lives of the villagers around him, and also to throw basically a wrench into Ryuk's role, so that to try to find the lesser of two evils. So he actually ended up killing Shinzato for his crimes against the innocent, and then we headed back up to the mountain fortress. At that time, we did rendezvous with the armies who were coming up from Low Candle. Some of the generals of the armies coming up from Low Candle, asked them to have a moot, and told them and convinced them of the shogun's plan and what they were walking into, that they were in fact walking into an ambush, and that if they were not to be honorable and serve the people, that they would be considered part of the corruption that Ryuk had at this point vowed to remove from the land. through assassination.
Yeah.
The general's was, in fact, not honorable, and in a blink of an eye, a blink of inky darkness, basically completely eviscerated this guy, and we now are marching, if I remember correctly, marching us with some of the grungs, with some of the people of the fortune. I mean, we left a rear guard behind, but we basically are now heading up to the palace of the Iron Court to meet up with the other generals, some who've already made it so that we missed, and gosh, see where this is all gonna go, because it is gonna be crazy. It's a tangled web of deceit and deception that's all there. So.
Absolutely. And I wanted to thank Mechanical Pigeon Guns for following. Welcome to the adventure, my friend. You're a gentleman and a scholar. So before we dive into things, and we carry on with our adventures. Hey, it's called 3 months. And the anniversary. The cookies are coming, guys. The cookies are coming. Makes so much sense. Yes, before we dive into the story, the adventure itself, just reminding you guys of a few ways you can interact with the show. What's up, Parrot? How's it going, man? This tweet here, seeing as me and Gopai are playing Moldog today, is a tweet that you can retweet. When it hits 20 retweets, you guys get to decide anything which happens next in our campaign. We'll get all of your ideas into a great big straw poll, and the most popular decision that comes out of that will actually happen. We'll have another one at 20 followers. I think we need like 5 followers more until that happens. So get following if you haven't yet already. And check out our Patreon if you're interested in that as well. Of course, you can donate to affect the game. You can give players nat 1s, nat 20s, wild magic surges, and much, much worse. So fuck with these guys and make their lives hell. Interesting. So, one other thing today, seeing as we're on the Samurai Sigil, where we don't have Josh, and we're coming up to a very kind of important episode regarding Shin, is we're going to go off on a little bit of a minisode, I suppose, bit of an offshoot. And get some other bits done, explore the world a little bit more, because it was fun last time we did that with Gavin. So that's the plan for today. I can find a link for the giveaway for you guys, actually, if you're looking for that. It's pretty easy for me to find. So let's get some visual descriptions of your characters to start things off. So let's start with Ryuk. So Ryuk, what do you look like?
So Ryuk is your typical demon-infused tiefling assassin. You know, pretty run-of-the-mill. He has jet black hair and shoulder length. His horns come out around the sides, as opposed to over the top. And from head to tip of tail, he is wearing either boiled leather or black cloth, but all in black for his assassin duties. And hidden amongst all of his different folds and robes are kunais, ninjato, all kinds of weaponry there. Awesome.
Thank the Bloodstone for the 4 months. Thank you, sir. I salute you. One of the most gentlemanly of scholars. He says dot. I can only concur.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
No, I believe that.
I believe it. And Gavin, what does Gavin look like?
Gavin is a very tall, muscular, red hair, red beard, blacksmith by trade. He had a very successful blacksmithing business for 20, 25 years, and then decided to felt the call of St. Cuthbert to go out into the world and spread sort of the idea of common sense and making the world a better place. I actually do have a portrait. Let me throw that in chat. But I'll do that in a second. But basically, he from throwing around big draft horses and plow horses and that type of stuff, very muscular and strong in stature. While he was on his early adventures, in fact, in Low Candle itself, He did bump into some interesting trouble, in fact, with the seer who has made a reappearance here. Lost his one hand and then had it replaced with a necrotic hand dedicated to the Raven Queen. So it has been an interesting path for Gavin trying to rectify those things. And in fact, in the gap between Gavin's original story and Low Candle losing his hand and this story, we were able to explore some of that, of how he came to terms with serving both the Raven Queen as a death cleric and a paladin for St. Cuthbert. And when I say paladin, paladin of the everyman's paladin type idea, he's not big shining plate armor. He wears splint mail that he has crafted himself, and the splints of metal he actually has, it's pieces of metal that he's collected from his journeys and through his life. So it's this patchwork of all different types of metal made on different forges, etc. So it sort of tells his story. And in our last episode, he actually, from one of the villages that he helped with some blacksmithing before it was razed by Shinzato, in one of the ruined houses, did find one of the pots that he had repaired with a handle. And so took that piece of handle and will, eventually take that and to add it as another sort of piece of his story to his armor. So his necrotic hand, it is sort of looks like it's pretty nasty. It's skeletal. It looks almost like an X-ray look, so it's almost translucent, but just for a little cool goth visual, with the necrotic energy that sort of drips off of it falls to the ground as black raven feathers.
He's so metal.
He's so metal. He puts on his black guy liner, late at night, and then washes it off every morning.
Yes, I think I do need to halve his paycheck, more or less paycheck next time, because I'm sick. Thank you to BH Games for following. Welcome to the Avenge, my friend. You're a gentleman and a scholar, and for the host as well. I appreciate it, my friends. So, let's dive into things. We are playing our regular characters today. We're just doing a little side adventure, because I'm sick and I don't want to deal with the really heavy stuff that we're going to get into next episode, and because Josh isn't here and I want him to be here for this upcoming episode. So you guys are currently within, just where we left you off, basically, within the kind of mountaintop castle where you just have the meeting with the general. So what's your guys' kind of next move after you have this conversation and the generals begin to disperse and leave? You do have some time to kind of sort out your affairs before you head off to the castle. The Iron Court, where the Shogun lives, and where you're going to kind of confront everything going on there. So you have, maybe like a day or so to, because it's getting late, before you want to head out and get back there. So what are you guys up to at this point? Is there any immediate plans or things that you guys wanted to kind of tie up before you headed off on your kind of final quest?
Gavin, you can go ahead.
Cool. Gavin, as he has been doing sort of all along this path, he's been sort of looking into local shrines and other religious places just to sort of get more in touch with the local culture. And so also after just having made, a fairly big, big decision in meting out the justice of the Raven Queen, probably is looking to sort of get in touch with with his St. Cuthbert side, so to speak, and common sense, and to reassure himself that he is still on the right path. So the two places he would be looking for is either one, of course, a forge of some sort, or a religious type of shrine of some sort. He has heard that in this part of the world, and meta, on the meta side, Asian cultures, but in this part of the world that he's in, that there are sort of household guardians and spirits who look over sort of the different aspects of life. So to maybe commune with one of those who is dedicated to the forge and to blacksmiths, and sort of again try to try to make sense between that Raven Queen side and the St. Cuthbert side, and for some absolution for the fact that he did just kill a man.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. It's actually while you're kind of contemplating this, I suppose, that the scarred man comes to you. He's the guy who looks Albionite in appearance, but appears to be one of the samurai order and kind of completely part of their culture. And he comes up to you, the kind of half of his face burnt off, and the other half kind of normal. So he tends to kind of look at you from this side to avoid the scars, just because he realizes that it makes people uncomfortable more than the fact that he cares himself, I think. And he comes up to you and he says, Gavin, do you have a minute?
Of course, my friend. How can I help you?
He says, the village, the one that didn't make it.
Yes, I had done work there before it was destroyed. It was.
Yeah, there was a girl there who's just claims that she just came back from the village and that she survived. She's asking to see you.
But of course, lead the way.
All right. And he kind of heads off, kind of shakes his head as he does so. And thank you to Joe Welsh for following. Welcome to the adventure, my friend. You're a gentleman and a scholar. I can just about speak, my friend. Okay, so you head off with the Scarred Man, and it's maybe like a 10-minute walk through this castle filled with the troops at this point from the different generals who are beginning to filter out that or they're maintaining camp and setting up shop here. And you head off to a little kind of campfire. And there's this girl who's probably around 17 or 18 years old. And she's by this campfire where they kind of, it's kind of like a soup kitchen kind of deal, where they've got this big pot on the go and they're kind of feeding it to the kind of refugees, the people who have been displaced by the war. And she kind of looks up at you as she sees you and she says, yeah, you're the one that came recently. Do you help my parents?
Yes, I did.
She looks like she's been kind of crying for a pretty long time. You can see the kind of redness around her eyes. And she says, you helped them and now I need to ask for your help again.
But of course. Are you sick? Are you hurt, my dear?
No, I've been living in a hut off the side of the village. They didn't find me there. I hid there for around a week. And I'm okay, just they tell me I'm dehydrated and I need to eat food, but I can't focus. You see, when my parents, when they died, they left behind something that is very important to me. And one of the men that took it, and I know it's stupid of me to ask because there's a war on and there's so many more important things for you to be dealing with. But I was hoping that you might be able to find it for me.
Gavin kneels down and looks her in the eye and said, during war, this is probably the most important thing. To find those little pieces of life that connect us to our humanity. If this is important to you, then it is important to me, and we will find it.
Thank you. Thank you. It's a symbol of my family. We've been handing it down from generation to generation. It's a simple pendant charm, and it's said to bring good luck to my family, and without it, it seems that luck has rather, well, not been so kind to my family. I'm the only one left, and it doesn't feel right continuing on without it. You see, there were these men who were part of the Iron Mask, who were following Shinzatu, that broke off from him, but not for noble reasons. They broke off in order to take their share of the loot and be done. There's a man named Yamane, and his band travelled off into the mountains after they had taken everything that my family once owned. We were a rich family, the Akanos. Oh, I'm being silly. My name is Sahara.
It's very nice to meet you, Sahara. I am Gavin Fjordhammer, and I am at your service to help bring the luck back to your family.
Thank you. Thank you. You're a kind man. And, well, this man, he has taken not just my possessions, but many of the refugees from around here. It wasn't just my village that was hit. Many villages were destroyed, burnt down, and looted by this man. He's carrying all of it with him, or he might have sold it off, we're not sure, but he travelled west into the mountains from my village. I can't be of much more help, but in that way, the people would be very thankful. We don't have any...
There is no need for repayment. The repayment is to bring back some piece of life to you and to your family, and to restore your hope that no matter how dark it seems right now, no matter how much you seem and feel hopeless in this time, there will be a dawn of a new day where the sun will shine again for you. If you could just let me know what was the last direction you saw them go in, we will find them.
I know not if what you say is true, but I want to believe you. They went west. A band of them, maybe 10 or so, on horse. They must have gone a fair ways by now, but there are towns that way. Towns that trade with the Albionites, the merchants. They would know where he went if they are no longer within those towns.
Very good. We will track them down, and we will find not only your luck, but the luck and hope of your people. Have faith, my friend. Dawn is coming. Trust me on this one.
It seems so dark.
Brushes a tear away from her eye.
Yeah.
Looks her deep in the eyes and said, "You must always have hope. If you have hope, everything is possible to you."
Thank you, Gavin. Thank you.
So I look around. Do I see Ryuk, or is he off on his own mission? Are we gonna do this as two separate things? Or are we doing it as?
Oh yeah, you see him. He's right next to Adenzia. Welcome, Adenzia, to the adventure. You're a gentleman and a scholar. Yeah, you see him standing. I don't know, or gentle lady, in fact. I was looking at profile. Mike, would Ryuk be, amongst the people? What would he be doing at this point?
So, after almost beheading that general, Ryuk would have waited for everyone to disperse, obviously, and then he would have checked the pockets of this general. They often carry, badges or writs or some kind of thing. And Ryuk is not above taking trinkets. Or trophies.
Ryuk is certainly not above that.
But after that, I think he would be going to talk to the Grung.
Sure. Okay. Yeah. You actually, you find some wealth within his pockets. Probably like 100 gold in his pockets. Along with, his like ceremonial armor. If you're interested in it, it's basically like heavy chain. And other than that, it's just small kind of trinkets and oddities. Probably like a charm, a doll, something for his daughter. But he was a very kind of military man, really.
Yeah, if he had basically any insignia of rank, he would take that and then pocket the money for future use.
Okay, cool.
But yeah, I think ultimately he would go, after that, he would go talk to the Grung. He's very interested in acquiring some of their poison.
Okay, cool. As you're walking out to the Grung, walking across the courtyard filled with people, that Gavin spots you.
Okay. While we're waiting for him to get back, what was the general that I killed's name?
Oh my lord, did I write this down? We had Kitagawa. See, I feel like Tolskor would have written this down.
I was gonna say I've got a list here. Hannibur or Kirkmere. Rava, Taurus. What have I got written down here?
Let's just make up a name. It will be let's see, Yanagi. You killed.
Got it.
Sure.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, so I took his insignia of rank, and then whatever he had in his pockets.
Cool.
Yeah.
And then, Gavin sees him kind of walking across the courtyard. So, Gavin, you spot Ryuk. What do you do?
I spot Ryuk, excuse me.
I just want to say, Tall Squall, I almost lost it, because I swear to God, when you said dawn of a new day, and then new direction, it sounded like you said dawn of a new day and nude erection, and I almost lost it.
Dawn of a new day.
I almost lost it.
I will be sure to articulate more clearly in the future.
Also, we have any artists in chat. Please draw some dongs of the new day.
The dongs of the new day. Yes.
Yeah, so you see me walking across the courtyard towards the Grung pen. I don't know what we keep them in.
Right.
And no, you don't keep them caged up. They are free to roam. They're mostly around like a pool because they like water.
Ryuk. I think I might have a mission for us. It seems as though some of Shinzato's followers are still rogue. Most of them seem to be following Shin, but a small group split off and are still terrorizing the countryside.
Yes, and that hand of yours, it is thirst for more blood, yes.
I do believe that we should try to track these down and bring them to justice.
And he pulls his sleeve back and says, "Justice, yes."
It must be a very comforting life you lead. Seeing the world in black and white without any of the colors of gray, much less the spectrum of colors that surround us.
Yes,
It must be very comfortable for you.
It is quite simple. There is the people that are alive, people that have not died yet, and people that will die soon.
Be interesting to see where your sister lies on that world as you get to know her again and realize that she is alive and has not left you forever.
Yes, it does not affect the fact that she is a traitor.
We shall see.
So where are these men?
To the west.
So, I believe it was Shin that was our tracker, but he is off doing whatever Ronin do. Do you have a suggestion on how we track these down?
It sounds as though they've left a fairly wide swath of destruction in the pathway and they won't be hard to follow. They are on horseback though, so we probably should speak with our friend the scarred Albionite to see if we're able to take some horses.
I mean, part of me wants to ask his name, but at this point,
yeah, I think it's.
I feel like we just shouldn't.
I'm waiting for it to for him to offer because I think it's a big deal if he gives us his name.
Yeah.
I feel like we just should keep it going, like the Samurai Sigil meme. We just don't know the guy's name.
Yeah. My name is, and then like the shot cuts and it's a movie.
Or, like the very last scene of the game is like it's Stan.
Hello, my name is
Stan. What the hell kind of name is Stan?
What?
Scene. Like, god damn it.
I thought it'd be a really Asian name. Oh, okay.
Jeff.
All right, so you want to go talk to the Scarred Man?
Yes.
Just to see if we can borrow some horses to go on the mission that he set me upon.
Sure, you'd find him around another campfire talking to his men. And yeah, he kind of looks up. He says, "All right, how can I help?"
We were looking for horses, just 2 for us to go and track down some men that we are looking for.
Who might that be in particular? But horses, yeah, of course.
It sounds like his name was it Hermione? Unfortunately, it looks like I wrote down Hermione, and I know that's not right.
That's his name. Done.
Yes. What was it? Hermea.
Hermea.
Yeah. Well, Hermea.
Not Hermione.
Hermea.
We are looking for a man named Hermea. He was a member of the Iron Mask that was following Shinzato.
He says, okay. What business do you have tracking down a man like that? He is a rogue even to Shinzato. I mean, someone that would break away because he's too bloodthirsty for even a man like that. It's not a good idea to go over after chasing people like that.
Well, someone has to do it. In this time, to have someone like that running around while the villages are unprotected because their men have been conscripted into the armies and brought into this war. There's women and children who are left to fend for themselves. And the thought of having him run through the countryside unthwarted by anyone, it's a job someone must do, and for the time, we have the time to do it. Certainly any help we would be glad to take along with us.
Yeah.
It seemed as though most of the camp is busy in preparation, and we wouldn't want to take away from that business.
Yeah, most of my troops, I mean, in fact, all of my troops are tied up right now, so I can't offer manpower, but the horses, sure, and if there's any armaments you need, or potions and stuff like that, you can welcome to take from what limited store I have left. In terms of going west, you're going to run into more and more towns, and merchant towns in particular. It's where they'll like to do their business. So it's going to be a bit better built up than it has been around here. Less kind of wide expanses of countryside, more towns, villages, and tradesmen, essentially. They're not so keen on us down there, and we're not so keen on them neither. So it might be wise not to make too much of a fuss about the fact that you're from the army, or that you're friends with me.
Understood. So, is this an area that is controlled by Condor?
Not directly, but all of us in the know are well aware that he is the one in charge. If you catch my drift, he's not an official governor or anything, but he pulls the strings.
Very good. That's good to know. Thank you. Certainly, any interesting potions you might have come along in your journeys or found on fallen combatants could always be useful to us. Condor himself has us situated as far as healing goes, but certainly any aid otherwise would be greatly appreciated.
I'll see what I can scratch up for you. I think there's a few left in
For some reason, a potion vendor shows up because someone donates some money, something to the army. Just send him our way.
That's right, yeah.
That's segue now.
Yeah.
Hey, look at that. Upsale.
I'll ask the chat to so he goes off to go see what potions he can find for you guys. He comes back a few minutes later, and he comes back. He says he's got his 2 kind of like potions with this kind of fiery orange liquid within, and he says these are some kind of bull strength potions. They'll make you real strong for a little bit. Had a few left over, and they used to use them in one-on-one fighting, but everyone these days are kind of banded together, so we're not so much in need of them.
Very good. We will certainly return them if they are not necessary in our travels. We do appreciate it.
Yeah, you're welcome. Other than that, I've got a few healing potions, but it looks like you are all geared out on that one from Condor.
I've got a note here that we got 4 last time.
Yeah.
4 of the mid-level ones.
Yeah.
Quick question. I think, didn't he give them to us in a box?
Yes, yeah, he did actually.
I'm just wondering, does it have Condor's mark on it or in any way that shows?
Yeah, it's got his seal on it, his company seal, basically.
Okay. Hey, every little bit of negotiation piece that will help. Cool. 4 times. Yeah. Good. Well, shall we head out?
The best of luck in your travels, my friends. And when you do find this, what's his name? Fuck. Himaya.
Hermione.
When you do find Hermione, tell her I said hi. No, just be careful. Try not to take him head on if possible.
We got a potion. Someone donated.
Holy shit.
Ask
Thanks
who
to
shall
Good
receive.
Guy. Donates £5. It says, it's your old pal, Emmy the wisecracking undead gnome. Gets you a party potion. Thanks so much. Good Guy Pie. Appreciate it, my man. So, let's go find a party potion table.
Do you need me to bring it up?
Yeah, that'd be great. Who would you like to give the potion to, Good Guy Pie? Who would you like this potion to be given unto? And we'll have them roll upon this magical table. See what terrible things might happen to them. There are some good ones. There are some not so good ones. So basically, you see your old friend. Do you remember Imi, the gnome from the trail before? He's coming in, and he kind of brings up his wagon, and he's like, "Oh, you guys again? You're the ones that tried to kill me last time, right?"
He actually just got here. It's been this slow ride.
It's been a long time. We've got to travel a car, and I'm only a little guy, so.
Slow roll.
Yes, it was a mistake to try to assassinate you, but you had good wares and you were very suspicious, seeing as you are dead.
Oh, I concede. Did you? Good Guy says whoever can do the most offensive Japanese voice line, I concede because I can't do it at all.
Obviously, Mike.
We know our good friend Unmade Gaming can do it.
Absolutely.
This is a great racist.
Oh shit! And thanks so much to Bloodstone. He donates £20 and says for potion madness table. Yes, indeed, Bloodstone. Thanks so much, dude. Shit. And also thank you to Winter Rhyme for following. Welcome to the adventure, my friend. You're a gentleman and a scholar. So, oh my god.
Ask and you shall receive, huh?
So one for Good Guy and one from Good Guy for Mike, and then 2 for Mike and 2 for Tall Score. So a total of five rolls.
Wild magic from a
So
sub.
I got a 1. I got the potion of climbing.
Nice.
When you
So
do
he
this
hands
potion,
you
you
over.
gain climbing speed equals your walking speed for 1 hour.
Hands over. So in case you're going up any mountains, and I'm feeling generous, just so you don't kill me this time, have a couple of these on the house. And he hands you over the potion of climbing. So keep on rolling, and we'll keep getting these going here. Remind me, guys, if you want your gold tomorrow, remind me to do it. I will try my best. I'll make a note to give you guys a gold. But if I do forget, shout at me tomorrow, and when good old Moldark is back online. So Mike.
So I rolled another 1. So I
Well,
got
then,
another potion of climbing.
re-roll that one because that'll be more. Yeah.
Alright, so I got a
Okay.
19 and a 28. So let's see here. 19 is the potion of gaseous form. When you drink this potion, you gain the effect of a gaseous form spell for 1 hour.
Oh my god.
28 is another potion of invisibility. Sweet.
Sweet. Awesome.
So I have 2
Awesome.
I'm
potions
not
of
sure if I did mine right. with doing the two at the same time. So should I roll them one at a time?
You got a 9 and a 3.
Okay.
What it
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it works.
So a 9. Oh, look at that! Potion of Hill Giant Strength. Woohoo!
Damn. Not bad. Not bad.
And then a 3 is Oil of Slipperiness. Well, what does the Oil of Slipperiness do?
Well, it is a lubricant.
Yes. This sticky black urgent is thick and heavy in the container, but flows quickly when poured.
Oh, it does.
For a medium or small creature, along with the equipment it's wearing and carrying. Applying the oil takes 10 minutes. The affected creature then gains the effect of a freedom of movement spell for 8 hours. Alternatively, oil can be poured on the ground as an action where it enters a 10-foot square, duplicating the effect of the grease spell in that area for 8 hours.
Well then.
Either it rubs it into its skin and it basically can't be grappled.
Rubs the lotion in the skin.
Yeah. And then I think I've got a wild magic surge as well, correct?
Yes, it looks like it. If you're on a D10K for me, I'm going to go real quick and just turn the light on in here because it's getting dark. So I'm just going to right back. You guys can cover for me for a second.
Do you have the D10K up there, Mike?
I do not, but I can.
Yeah, if you know
Let's
it.
see here. D10K. Wild Magic Surge Table. All right, what do we got here? Let's shoot some numbers at me.
Yeah.
49, 41.
49.
We had to go to the doctor after 4 hours.
Let's see. 49. There's 10,000 numbers here.
There are 10,000.
There are, in fact, 10,000 numbers.
If you wouldn't believe it, really, would you? Who'da thunk it?
That's awesome. So since Will was gone when this rolled it, when this got rolled, Will pick high or low, and then Gavin roll a D100.
Always go high. Always get high.
Okay.
Yeah. So you're going high, and I got to roll it.
Get high every day. Let's see.
92, so I went high.
That is high.
So you
High.
win. So Gavin, you get to choose target ages plus or minus 1d10 years. Each
Me,
hour.
Gavin does.
Each hour.
Each hour.
Yep.
So, wait, I get to choose whether who the target is?
No,
or whether
you're the target. So either you age, you increase in age 1d10 every hour, or you decrease in age 1d10 every hour.
For how many hours?
It just says each hour.
Will, for how many hours?
We'll roll a d6. So you're not a baby.
I was going to say, for 1 hour. Okay.
All right.
All right. So roll a d10 and see how old or young you get.
Wait, so I D10. So I'm going to go younger.
Okay.
It's going to go younger by a D10.
Yep.
Yeah.
6 years
6
younger.
years younger.
Which actually kind of works for Gavin because he started adventuring later in life. I mean, I was saying he was probably around he was in the mid 30s, so now he's in his late 20s.
So
Back in his prime of life.
So as my sinister DM smile crosses my face, Will, since he aged reverse 6 years, what's going on with his hand?
Oh, damn! You're right.
Oh, that's true. Is it physical age or is it actually backwards?
Or did years
in time?
get
Is
sucked from you?
thing?
Yeah. How does it work?
Oh, yeah. I'm going to say the hand ages backwards as well. So it gets a little less necrotic looking, so you start to get more flesh on it. But if the hand was like 100 years old, dead, then it's kind of gone back a little bit. So you've got like an extra like chunk of flesh on there, but it's still super necrotic. It's a little bit meatier than it was before. Still pretty grim.
That's awesome.
Very cool.
So he says, by the way, side effects of holding that potion for... Oh, wait. I go, yeah. You're going to start... and then he's like... he kind of waits for it. He winces and he looks up. He's like, oh, good. Yeah, I mean, yeah. Oh, you did great. There are no side effects of that potion whatsoever. No potentially terrible side effects. You're good. I was just joking. just joking. Mm. So, I've got to be elsewhere before you guys realize. I mean, you guys need to be on your way, and I get in your way. So I'm gonna just go now. Bye. And he kind of backs slowly away from you.
Yeah, so once we are outside of the tent, I assume that's where we met this guy, and once this guy leaves, Ryok will turn to Gavin and say,
Gavin, do you not have dealings with this Koda?
With Condor.
Koda, yes.
Yes. Remember, we met him as we were leaving. As we were leaving the palace. He said he was leaving as well. Don't know which direction he was headed. Maybe our paths will cross.
What? Remind me. I did not pay attention. I do not deal in merchantry. What did you discuss? What were your terms?
He basically was asking. Truly was just looking in on what we were up to. Wanted to offer his help in the form of some of our healing potions, but mainly I think was wanting to size up whether we were here to help the people or to help ourselves and the Shogun in the process. I think it very much was him getting a measure of us and our role in this. I do believe he is a good man. He does seem to have the people at heart. His personal interest, of course, is his business interest, but I don't believe he's out to swindle or do bad business. He knows the villages being healthy is good for business, and I believe that is truly where his interest lies.
So, killing these men, or as you say, bringing these men to justice, would get you on his good side.
I don't know. I don't know if or how they might have interrupted any of Condor's dealings. I believe his empire, his business empire, stretches far and wide. I tell you, I'm only here to make sure one little girl believes that there's still hope in this world. That is all I plan to get out of this.
Yes, I'm sure hope is just fine. I hope for a coin.
As you always do.
you hear a new clink as he walks. Weighed down with new gold.
Yeah.
Yes, your legendary stealth will just be enhanced by that. Or was that Shin? Shin's the terrible stealther, isn't it?
Yeah, that's true.
I think Ryok is gonna. Actually, do we have a point where we're going to meet? Did we discuss that?
When do you want to leave for this manhunt, Gavin?
As soon as possible. We just thought we should get the horses and head out. We do know we have limited time as the army marches on the morrow.
Yes, then I have one stop left.
And you see him turn on his heel and he walks towards the grung pool.
The grung pool, yes.
I actually go over to the grung pool as well.
The mystic grung pool.
Indeed, the pool of grung. And you see the kind of frog-like humanoids around here. They're basically like a spa mode at the moment. They're taking well undressed. And you see King Grung in the center, the big kind of almost like toad-like frog, who is currently kind of lazing around in the water. And he says, "What can I do for you?"
Ryok comes to the edge of the water and does a deep bow.
He says, "Yes, King Grun, I cannot help but notice that your warriors, they have coated their blade in some kind of poison. What is this? Where does it come from?"
He says, it comes from my people, from our skin. Do not lick the grung.
I would not dream of licking a grung. However,
Many do.
He looks at Gavin and then looks back. He says,
I am going with Gavin to kill more of the Shogun's enemies. would you be so kind as to give me some of this grun poison?
It is coveted by my people. If this were to get out to everyone else, and they would know our secrets. Why should we give it to you?
So that without sacrificing your warriors, you can be a part of the murder of the Shogun's enemies. It will be looked favorably when you pledge yourself to the Shogun.
Roll me a persuasion check.
Sure. I have +1 charisma.
Sure.
So that does.
That does.
I'm trained in that. Boop. 25.
25 is damn good. He says, yes, take this sample here. This will be good for 6 doses. Once this is used up, you can come back for more. And if we find out that you've been trading this or selling it to anyone else, then we will be most upset with you. Rang would not be happy.
He looks back to the king and he says,
I am not a merchant. I am a dealer of debt. This will not be sold. This will coat my blades.
Good. Good grumbling.
he takes the vial. I assume that's what it is, like a flask.
Yeah, it'll be a vial, yeah.
He pockets it in one of the many folds in his robes, and then bows again, and then turns to Gavin.
I am ready to go.
Very well. Let us be on our way.
Cool. So, you guys head off on your high horses, westward bound towards the ruined village to find out where these men have gone with all of the possessions of the refugee people. So, a good point to remind you folks who are just joining in, if you are new, hit that follow button and join us. So when you do so, and we hit 20 follows, you guys get to decide on anything which happens next in our story. So be sure to hit that follow button if you haven't already. We're here 5 nights a week, 10 shows every single week, and the hours of D&D every single month. Also, if you haven't tweeted out yet, then we have a tweet, and when it is 20 retweets, we get another viewer decision where you guys get to decide what happens next. We're already on 11 out of 20 of those, so we are well over halfway there. I'll drop a link in chat for you guys. And of course you can donate to affect the game and give players net 1s, net 20s, wild magic surges, potions, magic items, mounts, and a lot more. You can check out underneath donate there. But yeah, let's get some viewer decisions going. So you guys are heading off back to the village, and it took you a while to get there before when you didn't know the way. So it's going to take you a little bit less because you've gone the route a few times back and forth to get there now. So let's do a little bit of travel mechanic and see what you guys are up to whilst you are traveling on your way and what might happen to you guys. So just pick a challenge or problem. It doesn't have to be a huge one. It could be a small thing like you need to get some supplies, or it could be something like you are attacked. Really, your imagination is the only limit. So let's start with Ryuk. For Ryuk, you're traveling.
Travel mechanic? Travel mechanic.
Travel mechanic, yeah. You're traveling. There's several days for you to get here. You're leaving whilst it's late and then riding through into the morning. You're in the mountaintops. There's a war on currently. There might be Albionite forces who are scouting around here. There might even be armies on the move coming through the mountains. And of course, there are plenty of natural hazards as well, such as like ravines and caverns, climbing mountains. You do have a potion of climbing, which you could use.
So I'm going to take all the things you just said, ravines, rocky terrain, scouts, all that kind of stuff, and say that there are those things. And because Ryuk can see through any kind of darkness as well as see magic, I will use perception to scout, so that Gavin, who is human and can see nothing in darkness, doesn't eat crap on his horse.
Alright, so describe to me that one more time.
So basically, since there's all these ravines and all this like rocky terrain, the scouts and stuff, we want to avoid all that stuff to quickly get to these villages. So
Gotcha.
I'm going to go slightly ahead of Gavin and scout ahead, so that I can be sure that there's a clear path for him to traverse.
Gotcha. Okay, cool. So you want to scout ahead. Just roll me a perception check. What's your head? Scouting missions only go well in Samurai Sigil. We have learned this. 19 is damn good. You see, Good Guy Pie is currently role-playing Murdoch. He's a demonic overlord. This is the kind of bot that we like to use. But yes, you are scouting ahead, and indeed, you do spot a group of. They seem to travel in threes on horseback. Albionite scouts and spies. You recognize these to be, similar looking to the three women that you were traveling with at the beginning of the campaign, who were Albionite scouts, and they are kind of headed towards Gavin's location, but you're probably a ways ahead. It's possible that he could avoid them. They're probably looking for armies and troop locations more so than individual travelers. But Gavin is Albionite, so they might take an interest in him.
Yeah, I think seeing as how we've kind of thrown our hat in the ring with the Shogun's army, and we don't want to give away our position, especially since all the generals just marched this way, Ryuk is going to ride into the center of these guys and cast darkness.
Okay. Alright, so you're gonna ride into the center of their mass, of three of them. I guess you're coming up from behind. Are you coming up just
Yeah, probably from behind them. If they're going towards Gavin, he would come up from behind them and basically just ride into the center of them, drawing all of their attentions, and then immediately casting darkness. Which
nice, okay.
Out.
Roll me an animal handling. This is happening. You're going down some like a rocky kind of hilltop, and there are these
11
scouts. 11 isn't great. You managed to make it into a group of them, but you worry that your horse might kind of have injured itself on the kind of descent down the mountain. So you get in there, and you cast darkness, and immediately there's kind of panic amongst them. The horses are whinnying and neighing and screaming, and the scouts are kind of screaming, "What the hell?" And you're right in the center of them. They begin to try and kind of disperse outwards, kind of like I don't know what it would be like, but it's kind of like
kind of like things that disperse outwards. Yeah, no.
Something which goes outwards is what it is like. Yes, indeed.
Yeah, if I can, I'll try to take one out.
Sure, yeah, if you want to fucking kill him, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, whichever one's closest to me. Let's see. I need to attack them. Let's Ninjato. Does a 20 hit?
A 20 is a hit, yes.
Okay. So because I have Assassinate, I have advantage on anyone that hasn't acted yet, and if I hit them, it's an automatic. Or if I hit anyone that's surprised, I assume, are they surprised?
Yes, they are.
Massive darkness, it's automatically a critical hit. So, yeah, I crit the crap out of that guy.
Damn, give me that damage.
So here is 1 damage, and then here is the other damage, because I have 2 Ninjato. So they take 17 damage, that guy.
Nice. So you kind of slice...
Oh, wait, that's not true, because it's a crit.
You lied.
It's a crit, so it's double the damage.
Yes, so you should roll...
They take 19, plus another 13, so 32 damage.
32 damage. So you sliced across his kind of chest, and you just see him go reeling and kind of fall out of his the stirrups of his horse as he goes down with a Wilhelm screaming, "Ah!" And immediately the other two are... They are not staying to fight. These guys are riding the hell out of here.
Yeah. And then with thaumaturgy to make my voice super loud, and in Infernal, I just say nonsense in Infernal, because it just sounds scary as hell.
Nonsense.
Yeah, it just sounds like demon speech, because that's what it is. So I just say it very loudly with my thaumaturgy.
You just say like any word in.
Yeah, I just say like a bunch of words. Like I just sing the.
Speaking
Japanese
in tongues,
alphabet.
basically.
Blueberry muffins. They're like, ah! Cool. So what's up, Celestine? How's it going, buddy? So, so yes, They look kind of terrified of you, and the darkness, they kind of break out of the darkness and just begin to kind of flee. So this point we'll say Gavin arrives on the scene to see that a pool of darkness with Ryuk slicing a man's kind of chest off, as it were, and the other two fleeing on horseback. Clearly Albionite spies. They look well uniformed and obviously not wearing any kind of heraldry from the local area. So, what is
Are they running towards me, or are they running away from me?
They're running away from you and from Ryuk.
So they're further. Like Ryuk is between me, and then there's the other two are even further past Ryuk.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you would see, like, it's nighttime, right? So you would see, like, night and then a spot of
Black
exceptional
hole.
darkness. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then, like, as you approach on your horse, the darkness kind of dissipates. And then
Okay,
you,
and then
you,
and there,
you
of course,
see,
is
like,
a dead
Ryuk.
person on the ground.
Yeah.
Hello, darkness, my
Sliced.
old friend.
Sliced completely in half.
Yeah.
Really, Ryuk? Again?
These were Albionite spies.
Well, they're running the other direction.
Yes, well, that is. I could only kill one at a time. I'm sorry.
Usually you do much better. I'm so disappointed.
Sass.
Yeah.
I mean, and Gavin does roll his eyes because he still doesn't know what to make of.
Apparently, 6 years ago, Gavin was a sass pants. So, I mean,
Apparently, my youth is making me.
yeah.
It's making me extra sassy. I'm sorry. I can't help it. So, yeah, you see them kind of.
The guy on the ground, dead.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Okay.
He's dead. But you could search him if you wanted to see what was on him.
No, I was more whether or not I could, bring him back to life. Whether I could heal him.
He's a goner.
Yeah, I'll see if he has anything on him, like particularly like a missive to say go look for these certain things. Like, why are they scouting
Yes.
in this area?
Yeah, he does carry a missive, which creates a new quest location on your map. No, but he it does bear a message which says that they are to work alongside Yanagi whilst they are within the West. Yanagi is their contact here, and he's helping them with information essentially.
Okay.
And these guys were off to meet him at Asatoro, which is apparently a town of some kind.
Who is Yanagi?
Yanagi is the dude you're after.
I thought that was Hamaya.
Shit. Yes, Himaya. There's too many
Okay,
names.
so they're
that I don't
scouts for
understand
Himaya.
in this game.
Well, they're Albionite scouts that have been told that if they encounter Hamaya to work with him and not kill him.
Yep. Apparently, we already have met him by the sounds of things.
Yeah.
But
So
they
the
are
Albionites are working with these new Iron Mask faction.
Yeah. to meet him at Asatoro,
Asatoro.
whatever that might be.
Okay.
Presumably a town of some kind.
Can Ryuk roll some kind of history? Does he
Sure,
know
yeah,
where
you
that
might have
town
heard.
is?
You might have heard the name. There's all sorts of people around the castle that you've run into. So
8.
nice. 8 is pretty good. if it was opposite day. So you might have heard the word. There's a lot of words that sound a bit like that, So Ryuk probably hasn't been paying too much attention. It probably rings like a very distant bell. But Ryuk hasn't been to the west part of the continent, I suppose.
Yeah, he holds the missive out to Gavin. He says,
Do you know this town here? This place?
I mean, I can't imagine that I would. But let me see. I might have. So what is it? History?
Yeah, sure.
With my -2, I still did better than you.
Indeed. Yeah, you've probably heard a villager who came from Asatoro. It is a town. It is to the west. Other than that, you've heard that Condor runs the place. So, as in line with what the Scarred Man told you. But other than that, you don't know any kind of ins and outs. Or about you have a rough idea on a map where it would be. It's kind of like if you had a map of America, you know whereabouts which state it is, but you're not sure like directions there or anything like that. So, Moldark 17. Is that like a really old account? Yeah. Created November 14th, 2016, Moldark 17.
Wow, that's old. That's like the dawn of ERP.
Yeah. Yeah, it's actually a few
It's pretty great.
So, yeah, what do you do with this information? Yeah.
Gavin, do you?
Oh, well, I mean, this falls in line with what we had expected. We would, other than the fact that this gentleman does seem to be also working with the Albionites to invade the area. As always, it seems as though this is larger than just one man going rogue.
Yes, it appears as though. I wonder if the Iron Mask faction that we had taken out was also working with this Albionite force.
Well, those guys are back amongst your ranks now. So you didn't execute the 100 or so men that were with Shinzatu.
But Shin is with them.
Shin is with them currently. So if God knows what's happening in Shin right now.
I mean, as far as Ronan goes, we know he's great at failing at things.
That's true. He is a disappointment.
Yep.
Great dishonor to your family.
Yeah, so I guess Ryuk assesses his horse, realizing that he probably rolled an ankle on a rock, and then he hops on the scout's horse.
Nice. Okay,
Gavin inspects the horse, and is it in fact a rolled ankle, medical, I assume, medicine check? Or is it,
yeah.
I mean, again, having him been a blacksmith, he'd probably be pretty familiar. Can I have advantage on this?
Sure.
Medicine or animal handling, which would you roll?
Natural 20. Yeah, no medicine actually, yeah.
So, natural 20.
Oh, baby. Yes, you, like, I don't know what you do with it. I've got no idea how horses work. Presumably, like, some kind of mammal. You've never seen a horse before. I've only ever seen a horse get off. But you put it back into place. I don't know, like a broken nose. You're like...
Yeah, well, and I throw a little healing energy into it as well, and I assume I can throw a point or two from lay on hands into it, and with the natural 20, get it back to full health.
Yeah, the horse seems up and at him again.
So we'll tie him off and lead him. So hey, a horse is a horse, of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
Why not? All right, so you guys continue on your journey. Gavin, what is your little encounter along the road here?
Okay, chat, you're welcome. So I'm going along, and it's probably near dawn or so, and I happen to see, sort of in the moonlight, in the mist, a figure that looks like this.
Let's link it. I'm worried. Listen. Oh.
Like I said, you're welcome, chat.
Oh boy. It happened.
And having encountered these kitsune before, and having seen only foxes back at the campsite, all the way back to the army, Gavin, I'd say, well, if we want to say this was when we were camping, let's say it was when we were camping so I can wander off.
Sure.
So is interesting. He gets up, and it almost seems like a dreamlike state, and he does follow her, and follows her up a path to a small temple up in the woods that seems to be dedicated to some local deity of some sort, because I did research, and it seems as though it's somehow in this culture, foxes, kitsune, the forge, swordsmiths, and merchants seem to all be wrapped up into one group and are protected by a single deity. So not knowing but following some guidance from the fates and guidance from he's pulled this way somehow. So he goes up into the temple and approaches respectfully and waits to see what this spirit of this land might have been trying to tell him all this time.
Interesting. So the girl bring that potion of loot. So the girl kind of steps forward, after you've been waiting for a while, and she says, I need to find a voice in my sickened, dying throat state.
Oh, I'm sorry.
She says, come with me.
Yes.
And begins to kind of lead you inside the temple. I think I nailed it, just saying. So, you...
10 out of 10 Will's a perfect lady.
I am. I am a voice actress, actually. No one to believe. If you're just listening on audio right now, then you thought that was a girl. I'm just saying.
Sure.
So even I
mean, I looked away for a second. And
I looked away. I was like, "What?"
Someone else joined
Where
the
did
call.
Will go? I thought Will was DMing. So, oh yeah, and thank you so much to Good Guy Pie who donates £1 and says, "Inspire that Gavin. He is a god amongst men." Thank you, my friend, and thank you to Pumpkin Pie for following. Welcome to the event, my friend. You're a gentleman and a scholar. We're just one follower away from that viewer decision, folks. Get following. So it's literally the perfect time. I mean,
I was gonna say you have Gavin at night with a kitsune. Y'all been waiting like 6 episodes for this.
It's true. I've been counting down the days.
And you come into this temple. Yes, it's been weeks, but we finally made it. We did it, Reddit. So yeah, you enter into the temple, and there's a small little kind of shrine around here. Lots of fox imagery around here, and when women are turning into foxes and stuff like that, along with lots of kind of herbs set down as offerings to whatever god is here. You don't really know. You do hear kind of voice, and it says, "Gavin Toll." Gavin Toll's called coming. Gavin Fjordhammer. Is that you?
It is I. May I ask who you are?
I have many names. Inari is what they call me currently.
I am honored to be in your presence. How may I serve you?
You travel to the west, no?
I do. I am on a mission to try to bring hope back to some of the hopeless who lost their village, their families, and are suffering from the ravages of this war that plagues the land.
And thank you to Moldark17 for following. Welcome to Adventure Moldark. You're a gentle demon lord of the underdog and a scholar. So, you know what time it is, folks. Perfect opportunity. What does the god want of Gavin? Or what does the god suggest that Gavin should do? Underneath this line in the chat, throw out some ideas as to what could happen next. It really is quite a interesting little cliffhanger moment here, so get some ideas in quickly and we'll get them into a straw poll. Oh my god, some people plan these well ahead of time and they like bring out the paragraph long from Patreon Parrot. He's been waiting, lurking, waiting.
Patreon, dude, you were just like drooling, waiting to have that, right?
As soon as the lube came in, it was like, all right, we got this. We got this. All right, so let's cut back to Ryuk for a second. I'll take the straw poll if Red cannot. I've already started on it, so it's all good. So Ryuk, one would imagine that you kind of waken up and you realize that Gavin isn't here.
So yeah, chat. This can affect Ryuk too. It doesn't just.
No, it's just
No.
just Gavin. Don't listen to him. Gavin, did you take your horse with you?
No, he would have gone. She was on foot, so he would have followed on foot. So
Okay. So Ryuk wakes up and he can see the two horses and his own horse. Can he see anything with his magical eyes currently in this forest?
The woods itself are kind of too, I guess, like thick in order to see, like, pierce through almost.
Yeah, he's gonna, I guess, investigate the campsite and see if there's any signs of a struggle. Did Gavin get dragged off by something, or did he like walk away and leave of his own choice?
Roll me like a survival check.
Sure. Plus 0. 9.
9.
Yep.
Cool. So actually, you see some tracks around, but you're not convinced that they're just Gavin's. They might be other people's as well. You know, people are on this road in this area, so tracks aren't clear, but there are several tracks which do lead into the forest.
Okay. Yeah, I guess he'll attempt to follow the tracks that lead into the forest. If he thinks they look like Gavin's, he'll try to give those a follow.
Okay, cool. So yeah, you head into the forest, and immediately you kind of begin to hear the kind of the howling of wolves or perhaps foxes, who knows, around the area. Clearly, there are packs out hunting tonight, and all sorts of animal wildlife, which probably doesn't disturb Ryuk too much. I mean, he's killed a lot of things. But the forest is certainly alive at this time of night. And you begin to make your way through, but the tracks stop at one point. And you've kind of got a choice between going further into the forest or heading towards the mountain. And tracks lead both ways, and you're not entirely sure which is the right way to go at this point.
You know what? I'm going to leave it up to the dice. So I'm going to roll a d20, and I'm going to say low. And if it's low,
Okay.
low I go to the mountain. High, I go to the forest.
Okay.
It's low. I head towards the mountain.
All right. So you begin to head up the mountain, but it's not an easy journey. Whereas Gavin had the Kitsune girl to help him traverse the treacherous mountain, Ryuk has had some bad experiences on mountains, actually.
Yeah, that's true.
Including the bird squatch. And you realize that there's a really kind of steep kind of I guess cliff face that you're going to have to climb up, or just try and find a way around.
Ryuk sighs deeply and says,
I hope that Gavin is dead for this.
and he takes out his potion of climbing and chugs his potion of climbing, essentially in his eyes wasting it, and then he begins climbing up the mountain.
Okay, cool. So let me get this. Straw poll rolling here. Rolling. All right, so let's scribble. All right, so you can roll me. Did you want to drink your potion of climbing?
Yeah, that's what he's doing. He's drinking the potion.
Cool. Oh, Redan actually has a straw poll. Okay, awesome.
So I have advantage on strength athletics checks to climb, and my climbing speed is equal to my walking speed for 1 hour.
Nice. All right. So roll me an athletics check. At advantage.
Nat 20.
Damn. So you just like immediately climb up this this mountain, kind of face with no trouble whatsoever. The potion actually helps your kind of hands stick. It's almost like a
Spider climbing.
Yeah, you don't so much drink it as you do like apply it to the hands, and you kind of like stick on like Spider-Man and start going up the mountain, and you come to the top and you see this little mountaintop temple here. You hear voices coming from inside.
Yeah, what does this temple look like?
Small stone. Like I said, plenty of kind of like fox imagery around. You see some like kitsune-looking girls, like mosaics on the floor, and smell of burning incense.
Okay. Yeah, the Mizuko clan isn't big with religion. They kind of already have pacts with devils lined up. So, is there anything? Can I roll like a religion check to see if I recognize what this shrine could be for?
Sure. Yeah.
Lost Forgotten Shrine.
Seems reasonable.
9, so probably not.
Not so much.
Okay. Does it seem magical at all?
There's a certain kind of power to it. Not necessarily magic, but religion's got this kind of weird thing in magic vision. You know?
Yeah, he's gonna head in. It's intriguing, and he knows that Gavin has a penchant for foxes from previous.
It's true.
Yeah.
He certainly does. Ever since episode 1?
Yeah, I actually wrote down the party members: Gavin Fjordhammer, Albinite Holy Warrior, strange obsession with foxes. It's actually in my notes. Yeah, so he sees the kitsune fox faces and things like that, and he says, "Oh, this again," and he walks into the temple.
Nice. And thank you to Saul Teague Nuts for following. Welcome to the adventure, my friend. You're a gentleman and a scholar. You head into the temple, and you hear this kind of booming voice talking to Gavin. And you step in, and you see Gavin next to this kitsune girl. You're not sure where the voice is coming from. Probably the altar.
Yeah. Is it speaking common tongue?
Yeah.
He'll approach Gavin and then like just kind of stealthily whisper,
What are you doing here? What is happening?
I was drawn here. There's something that has been trying to contact me all this time. I hope that it will give us important insight into how we can resolve this mission, as there still does not seem to be a path that makes sense. I hope to find direction here, to find some way for us to do what is best for the people and for this land.
Ryuga's on the opposite side from the kitsune, and he just kind of like leans back and looks around Gavin at it, and then leans back in and says,
Oh, foxes again. Okay.
I shouldn't be here.
Do you need a minute alone? Do you need a minute alone, Gavin?
I don't know. It seems the voice has stopped speaking for the time. I'm not sure if it's due to your presence or the...
I was merely assessing.
Yes, assessing what
I'm an ancient being. We sleep often.
I always make decisions via strawpoll.me. He says, yes, Gavin, there is something that I need you to do. And that is roll a d20. So we're going to call it Patreon Parrots. 42% of the votes. I will see what happens here.
Here we go.
Yeah. That's 9. 9! So, below, 10 or below, you catch the Werdonger, aka lycanthropy. And if you guess the Werdonger, when he transforms, we have to do the meme, this is the moment Gavin knew he fucked up. So, he says, my people worship an ancient tradition born before you. And you see she transforms before your very eyes into a fox, a very large fox. And he says, I'm sure you've heard rumors of my people. And I believe you met some of my followers before, where I was first attuned to your presence. I wish now to give this gift to you.
It is your will. If it is your will, and it will assist in our healing this land, I humbly accept your gift.
Step forward to the altar.
He does.
And the Kitsune girl kind of just turns back into human form, her skin kind of forming back in on itself, as she places one of her delicate hands upon yours and pulls it down to the altar. And this is when you have I guess this is the moment Gavin knew he fucked up a bit, because there's kind of like excruciating pain runs through Gavin's hand. This is his good hand, not the not the evil mutated hand. And you see that this kind of pain just jolts through you like a million spiky needles inside of you, kind of destroying your innards. Not just your like hand, it's just kind of feels like inside of you you're being poked over and over again with like hot irons. You scream out in pain, and the girl kind of holds up her hands to Ryuk as a kind of it's okay, kind of just let it happen sort of hand. And after maybe 10 seconds of this agony, you pull your hand away, Gavin, and you see that there's some like it's pretty hairy. You've got a hairy hand now.
So I've got dead hand, and I've got it wouldn't be a wolf hand, but it would be like a fox.
More foxy than wolfy, yeah.
Yeah, sort of like, kind of, since he is a redhead, so it's basically, in my brain, I'm picturing kind of like from like Wolfen or any of those, where it's kind of like the long joints and the big claws.
Yeah.
It being the gray wolf color, it's like it's like red sort of fox color. Is that?
Yeah, that'd be accurate.
What is it with Gavin in his hands? So I've got, I don't even have a normal hand anymore.
Not even one.
Okay, so what I was saying, I think since you're thinking, I actually have the rules for playing Blood Hunter Order of the Lycan for predatory strikes. I assume that basically is what I could do with that hand, is basically the predatory strike.
Yeah, that works for me. Absolutely.
Okay, I can link you the actual mechanics of it, but I play one in another game, so I've got it down.
Sure. Oh, and thank you so much to Taliana, who donates £5 and says, nice stream, keep on going, and wants to create a monster, a goblin minion on the hunt for loot for its dark master. Thanks so much, Tali. That's very generous of you. I appreciate that. So as this happens, as you kind of go reeling with your hand, Inari, the god, says, I have a little test for you and your new abilities. He says, if your companion would stand back and allow you to do your work. From back where you came, we'll say, this little kind of goblin scurries along, green in skin, a horribly kind of big, warty green nose, and a pretty wicked-looking dagger at one side, and a short sword at the other. And he kind of walks into the temple, and he's like, the door kind of like the stone door is kind of like slammed shut behind the goblin, and there's nothing more dangerous than a cornered goblin, as we all know, and begins to kind of back around kind of nervously, but also it's got that kind of cornered animal thing about it. Like, it looks like it could probably strike at any point. It's on its last nerve at this point. And Inari says, please, rid us of this evil, Gavin.
Okay. Stand by. I'm just making this up real quick.
Standing by.
Works.
In 5, 4.
Do I need to do an initiative, I guess, or do we?
Yeah, roll me an initiative check, and I'll roll one for this and get some combat music in as well. Let's see. 0 to 10.
And I rolled a 10.
He actually is +2 rather than your +1.
Okay.
So he is going to make the first strike. So I'm guessing you are, kind of walking in towards him with a new hand and the other undead hand, and this guy's looking pretty kind of. And as you get closer, he just kind of launches out towards you in a pretty aggressive way. See if we can get you on a 17 versus your armor class.
He will not.
God damn, poor guy. So how do you block it?
Basically, so since I'm doing this just with my hands, because I figure that's what this is, I don't pull out. Actually, what did you roll?
17.
Okay, I thought because I will say that I'm actually not using Agatha as a shield, so I was just lowering my armor class. But you're still. So no, he just sort of bats him away with the dead hand because he knows that he's here for testing the predatory, testing the fox hand, and strikes back with predatory strikes. 23, does that hit?
23 is a hit, yes.
For 11 damage. And the way that predatory strikes works is if you use your predatory strike, you get to do another attack. I get 3 predatory strikes because you get to take one as a bonus action. So then he hits first with fox hand once. An 8 misses, I would assume.
Yep.
And then 14.
14 is also a miss. So he manages to kind of block the last 2. So the first one kind of claws in towards him and just kind of tears at his throat. But he manages to just kind of dodge out of the way of the other 2, scurry and dodge away. That takes it to his turn. Unless Ryuk, you want to intervene in any way?
No, Ryuk just crosses his arms and shrugs. This is pretty strange, but not the strangest thing he's seen.
Yeah, he's seen some odd things this time. The goblin's gonna kind of, rather than just doing one kind of timid little attack, he's gonna come in for a couple of swipes. Again, misses, and oh, damn, this guy cannot roll for shit. I can't roll higher than 10 today. And as his bonus action, he's going to disengage and run across the room. So he's going to try and just scurry away. He kind of comes against the wall, but it's just stone. And he can't actually kind of get through. So it goes back to Gavin's turn.
So he will come up again and try to hit with his predatory strike. 10 misses. He's still not quite used to this new hand thing. 23, that will hit. For 12.
Nice.
Wow, that's max damage, I think.
Yeah.
And then 13 misses again. So he's still not quite used to this.
Yeah. The 20 knocks this guy almost to the point of death. And the goblin just kind of like stumbles back as you kind of swipe another claw across its chest, and the creature kind of screams out in agony to attack you. And it's going to give it another go. God damn, I'm rolling. I'm so sorry, Talia. I fucking... That one, first one, not great. And then 18 versus your armor class on the second one. It still isn't going to do it. I got her a higher than 11, even with a +7. This poor goblin is having a bad day right now. So it goes back to Gavin's turn. How down?
So Gavin, seeing the desperate straits this goblin is in, he kneels down, or sort of squats down next to it, and he takes the fox hand and sort of grabs one of its wrists. He takes the necrotic hand and the other, and I've run out of hands for deities, and basically takes a moment for St. Cuthbert and sort of speaking with Cuthbert, Onari, and the Raven Queen, and says, I understand you want to test me, but killing this creature in this manner is not how I will live my life. I will serve you to keep the balance of this world, all three of you, to the best of my knowledge, to the best of my ability. But this creature and killing this creature is not the answer. It makes no sense. His death makes no sense, and the ferocity that you have lent me, Onara, should not be used in this way.
So the little goblin is going to try and kind of get out the door, but Ryuk is in the way.
Well, I'm still holding him, though. I mean,
He's still got him, that's true, yeah. He's going to try and escape. Little goblin's going to try.
Yeah, I mean, he can try a strength check against me, but it's me.
Yeah, I mean, I'll give a... Yeah, I mean, the goblin probably isn't... He could nat 20, I suppose. Good day. He's going to try and shimmy away, but yeah, you're right. You probably got him in a firm grip at this point. So Inari says, "Then what will you do?" It's... Oh.
I will spare it. It is frightened, as you can see. It is out of place. It has been displaced by this war just as all of the villages around here have. We cannot just assume that the creatures, whether good or evil, are not also suffering from this war. This is a land out of balance. It is our job to try to restore that balance. If this means I must sacrifice and give you back your gift, I understand. But I do believe that I could serve and do well by bringing the natural world and letting it have a say in the future of this land.
He says, "Forgive me. I've been too harsh upon this creature. Hundreds of years of war and turmoil. The Albinite invasion have clouded my judgment. I was too rash, even for a being such as myself. We make mistakes. But I see that I have chosen a champion worthy. One who can see when even his gods are wrong." And the kind of stone door opens, and he says, "Send that creature back where it came from."
And I release it and sort of swat it, out through the door. "Great Onari, you might be able to help us with your ancient knowledge of this land. We're on a bit of a quest, one of which we have very little information and has been clouded by the lies and corruption of man from all sides. We search for the samurai Sigil to bring peace to this land and this domain. Is there any knowledge that you can give us in your new clarity to help us try to bring balance back to the people here?"
And I can. This man, for he is barely a man at all, must be brought to justice. Whatever justice you deem worthy. Yanagi, did you say his name was? Or Himaya, you said his name was.
Himaya is who we are currently on a side quest for. But yes, our greater mystery to us is the samurai Sigil. But if he fits into as a part of this, we will certainly do that.
The Sigil's location is not known to me. Only but a handful of sages know its location. Thousands of years ago. If you'd been here, I would have been more help. Alas, my knowledge has been contained within these walls of but one champion. And he kind of, the Kitsune girl kind of nods her head. And he says, but this man. I can take you to him. Do you know where he is located?
He is to the west in the city Asutoro.
Ah, yes, Asatoro. Did you mean... he says, I know that place. I have a temple there, though it is old and crumbling. If you would stand with your hands on the altar, I could take you there.
Can my companion travel in this way as well?
The man with you is a man of evil, no?
Sometimes evil men must be utilized by good to bring good to the world. I also believe that he can be saved from the fate that he keeps trying to right himself.
If you trust him, then so do I.
Trust, trust, but verify.
Well, in that case, he may come with you. You may have to leave.
Ryuk walks over to where he is.
Yeah, says you may have to leave your mounts behind, but we will look after them for you upon your return. I also wanted to thank Boris 13th Champion for following. Welcome to Bench, my friend. You're a gentleman and a scholar. And I also wanted to thank Taliana, who donates another £5 and says, if letting my minion survive, a bonus throw of his choice for Tool School, Potion, Birthday, Wild Magic. Alright, so Tool School, would you like a Potion, a Birthday table, or a Wild Magic roll from Tally? Thanks so much, Tally. Very generous.
You know, I haven't rolled. I don't think I've ever rolled on the birthday table. So let's. Who knows? Hey, Tally, I guess it's Gavin's birthday.
All right. He says, Champion, I cannot help but notice that it is your name day. Take this gift. And we'll see what that gift is. As at the same time, we hit 20 retweets. Oh boy. Oh baby. So, we've got another viewer decision count in here. Whilst Gavin's rolling and whilst Gavin's looking up that roll for us, underneath this line in the chat, throw out some ideas as to what could happen next. Let's see if Redundant's got us one. So we are headed off to the town of Asatoro. There's a lot of calls for weddings currently, and there's a Kitsune girl here. And of course, it could affect Ryuk in some horrible, horrible way. So be sure to screw with him as well, if you like.
It's a D69, correct?
Correct.
D69, I believe, yes.
You have a promise ring, which is perfectly fitting for you. A small golden ring that, when worn, reminds you of your first love, a fox. +1 to all stats, checks, and saves while wearing the ring. You can't say no.
It is. Yeah, well, it does work, but it's actually Signe is who it would be.
It's true.
So it would be Signe's. It would be a ring of remind me of Signe.
Yeah.
While I wear it, I can't say no.
So, but he says, this, I feel, is something which is bonded to you and your soul from the other side. Will you take it?
Recognizing it seems or reminds me so much of Signe, I do take it. I guess my question is can I choose to wear it? Is it one of those, like, do I put it on and it's on forever, or can I put it on and take it off?
You can take it on, take it off. We're going to say, he says, whilst you wear it, you will be able to contact more easily. But at the same time, it becomes difficult to say no. Almost impossible, in fact.
I understand. It is both a blessing, but a dangerous one at that.
Such is the price of love.
Of love. Yes, it is. He takes it, but he's a blacksmith, so he has a chain somewhere, and he puts it on a chain and puts it around his neck to wear and put on when he might need it.
Cool. Okay. So Ryan, what are you thinking about all this?
So he sees that it is obviously a magical item, but he doesn't covet other people's magic, just other people's coin. He is confused that there is another fox person, especially being part of the reason that Gavin has a fox fetish, because they just ignored the fact. Because I think he and Shin just ignored the fact that there were foxes roaming through the camp on the first episode, on the first night we camped together.
True.
So he looks to him, to Gavin, and he says,
I am no stranger to making deals with beings from other worlds. But at what cost do you make this deal with whatever this bodiless voice is?
We shall see, won't we? I do feel this is not a... I feel as though it was my destiny to come here. I've been drawn astray by destiny before, but I've also had incredible gifts and wonders shown to me by following my heart. So I once again entrust myself to the fates, so to speak, and see where they might lead us. No power is evil, only the way that you utilize it.
Know that nothing comes without its price.
Always.
yeah, he's ready to roll.
Okay.
Rock and roll.
Yeah. So let's check the straw poll. We look pretty close at the moment. We got 3 of them. No, 4 of them are tied with 22% of the votes currently. So go ahead and vote, guys, if you haven't already. And let's see if we can't get a tiebreaker combo and see what happens next, basically. Good point to remind you, folks, if you're enjoying the adventure, hit that follow button and join us. When you do so, you guys get more of your decisions going on throughout today and throughout the rest of our adventures on stream. We are here 5 nights a week. 10 shows every week, so go ahead and get involved. At the same time, Gavin, what did you roll? Oh no, we already got your roll. I forgot that you got the that was the birthday roll there. Cool. Vote for Demon. Good. I should also vote.
God damn it!
Yeah,
I
the demon
voted.
actually is kind of cool. That's going to be interesting.
Yeah, I voted because you said there was a
from the
tie.
ceiling because, I mean, remember Signe was a vampire, so the blood from the ceiling could form Signe.
Holy shit! How creepy
there's
would that
2
be?
in there that could really touch on this whole story arc.
Your kind of dead girlfriend just showed up
Yeah, my kind of dead girlfriend just showed up.
in blood.
Well, especially because the ring even, I mean, that
Oh,
all
yeah.
kind of would fit together, wouldn't it?
Yeah. That's true.
Believe in the power of the dice gods.
Yeah. All right, and so we do have a tiebreaker with the demons, so we're going to roll with it, seeing as we've got to a good point to bring it in here. 29% of the votes. Upon next rest, a demon visits Ro in the dream and offers him guidance all the way to the Sigil. However, upon completion, requests a demon wants the life of Gavin. If not, it will come back with a sweeter deal. Yeah, Moldok is on vacation today. He's back tomorrow, though. Sometimes you just have to visit the underworld every now and again. It's like so. Basically, the god or the being, whatever it is, says, "Place your hands upon the altar, and I will take you to Asatoro."
Ryu, are you with me?
Yes, it is our destination anyway. Faster transport is only good.
Fast travel?
So, yeah, very much a fast travel. So, you guys kind of place your hands upon the altar, and almost immediately, you guys kind of black out for a second. You kind of feel your stomachs churning, and then you're kind of back out in another place. You find yourselves in a very kind of old church, essentially. Old, decrepit-looking, kind of dead. No one's here. There's kind of falling timbers and stuff, which is kind of cracked and fallen down. And it doesn't look like anyone's been here for a very long time. There is a door out past some rubble. But that's what you immediately see for you. However, whilst you guys are traveling, Ryuk, hear a voice. And this is the voice in the warp, whatever this being might be. And it says, in true Moldog fashion, let's see if I can't find Moldog's voice again. Hello there, Ryuk.
Ryuk responds with,
Shinigami, yes, you called me.
Says, I am a new friend. I thought I'd just give you a call.
Oh, well, okay.
Yes, you see, I'm rather interested in you finding this samurai sigil. Holy shit, thanks so much. Oh, the raids, I just seen it. Oh my god. The Wolf Raid. What's up, buddy? Thanks so much, dude. How's it going, guys? Good to see you. If you guys are just joining in, and White Wolf as well. How you doing, Foxy and Wolf and Red? How you guys doing? If you guys are just joining in, you guys are lit right now. Then we are currently doing the Samurai Sigil. These guys are traveling, kind of teleporting from one place to another, and Ryuk, Mike's character, is being spoken to by a demon who has a little proposition for him, which can only go well. We're on for a little bit of an offshoot today because I am a little bit sick. You can probably tell from my voice. But if you guys just joining in, hit that follow button and join us. We've got plenty of viewer decisions going where you guys are affecting the game. Thanks so much for hosting raids, guys. Good to see you guys. Cool. So, in fact, Finbar for the host as well. What's up, Maffin? How's it going, buddy? Good to see you. Everyone's in. Everyone's coming. It's good to see you guys. So, the demon says to you, I have an offer for you, Ryuk, one which I think will be rather tempting.
Another offer from one of your kind. What is the price for this offer?
Well, I know where the samurai sigil is, the entire point of this campaign. And, sorry.
it's a meta demon. I got it.
It's the meta demon. I'm from the plane of meta. Hey, Sefri, how you doing? Good to see you. Yeah, I'm feeling a little better. Sydney's been watching your makeup stream. She keeps telling me about them. I have to drop by and get some tips sometime. Well, I need them. So he says, I know where it is, and I would like you to get it. So, the only thing I ask, and it really is small, trifling matter, your friend over there, you know his soul. I'd quite like to own it, if that's okay.
Okay, I will ask him if he will give you his soul.
I feel like he's less likely to offer. I'm talking a bit more about a taking situation, if you understand my drift, as the kids say.
Then I have one question for you. Do you know what the sigil does?
He says, yes, I do.
You ask a high price for something I do not actually want, for I do not know what it does.
It grants unlimited life and power, my friend. Think of all the power you alone would have. You could start your own empire, rule above all others, and for the simple price of one little insignificant soul.
And when do you need this soul?
Oh, once you've got it. Yes, well, just before, I'd say. As you're going into the chamber of the sigil, simply find the dagger into his back, maybe, or plunge the spear through his throat. You catch my drift.
Yes, this would be best. I will make this deal.
Ah, so it is agreed, is it?
Yes. I will give you 1 soul for the split directions and ownership of the samurai sigil.
Very well. That's going to have to wait until next episode, I'm afraid. But remind me of this next.
But just in case.
Okay, perfect.
All right, so he fades away as you guys come back into this this church. So yeah, you guys find yourself in a church. Gavin isn't aware that this conversation has been had.
Nope.
So yeah, what are you guys doing?
Ryuk comes to after fast traveling, and he looks to Gavin and he says,
Gavin, I have been contacted as you were at the temple.
Ah, indeed. Was your I know you worship something. I saw it back in the Albinite camp. Has it offered you guidance?
Guidance is one word for it. Something has contacted me and given me a new target. The price is the samurai sigil. The target is you.
Interesting.
So, I will receive directions directly to the samurai sigil, and I will be able to take it. But before I do, I will have to take your life.
Do you believe that by you taking it, you will save these people?
There is 2 options I see here. I could take your life of your choosing, take the sigil, and bring it back. I could take your life of your choosing, take the sigil, and give it to the shogun, or whomever you wish. Or I could take your life without your choosing, and do whatever I wish. What do you think?
and he kind of looks back and forth between your 2 new hands of balance.
I think you must do what you believe is your correct path, my friend. I know you have encountered much along this journey. I believe while much of this journey seems to revolve around my history in this area, the real story that is being told is in fact yours, and how you will exit from this either unscathed or forever changed.
Your Albionite wisdom knows no bounds.
He said sarcastically.
I will ask you again when we find the sigil. Until then, we have important duties to attend.
Yes, first things first. We must kill not Hermione. We must kill Hermione.
What did she ever do to you? She's such a good
Oh,
student.
redheaded bitch, man! Turn me down for the wizard's ball.
Oh, God damn.
The Tri-Wizard Cup should have been mine.
Yes,
I don't even know if that's a thing.
Oh,
it's good enough.
God.
It's as much as I can come up with on this spot.
God damn it. You people.
There's probably some potheads in chat who know. I also wanted to thank Forge702 for following. Welcome to the event, my friend. You're a gentleman and a scholar. So, yeah, you guys burn the witch, that's right. Find yourselves in this church. And I guess after a time, we'll say you guys kind of find your way out of it. It's not typical, and it takes you a little bit. crawling through some rubble basically to come outside. And you come out into a busy market district filled with people, and clearly this is a full-on town. Most of you guys have been in kind of like samurai villages and stuff. You get the sense that there aren't many samurai in this area, mostly just like merchants and traders, a lot of that going on. So there are people selling all sorts of things, silks, all kind of fine wares, even cattle and stuff like that are being sold at a market, and it smells like all of those things in one rather disgusting, heady mixture. Basically.
Now, is this an Albionite village or is this a Eastern village?
This is an Eastern village. However, they apparently do trade with Albionites because there is plenty of like Albionite wares around here, whereas in the villages you didn't see any Albionite stuff whatsoever.
I guess Ryok will look to Gavin and say,
Gavin, do you know what the man looks like who you are trying to find?
We know that he was a part of the Iron Mask. I don't know if we will see him wearing his mask within these walls. Apparently, destruction follows him. I wasn't expecting us to find ourselves in such a large area, but I guess let's go to the tavern, see if we can find someone who could help us find some information. You're an assassin, my friend. How do you usually find your marks?
Usually my mark, as you say, is given to me, and I simply find them in their house or at their job and kill them.
Well, let's find where this gentleman frequents.
It appears as though your people pass freely here, and you are not known in these lands. Perhaps asking around would not be bad for you to do.
This is true.
There's plenty of people to stop and question. I mean,
I look for any Albionite soldiers.
Ooh, interesting.
We intercepted the thing saying they were supposed to get in touch with him. In fact, we have the note, don't we?
You do indeed have the missive. Yeah.
I asked Ryuk for the missive.
you have it.
Oh, I have it. That's right, because I can read it.
Yep.
Yeah. You spot a group of them. They're kind of outside this warehouse. They look like they're on guard duty right now.
I approached them. Do we still have? I mean, we walked straight out of the army village unaccosted. So I assume we actually still have some of our accoutrements from the Albion army, correct?
Yeah, that'd be safe to say. Yeah.
So I go through my pack, sort of get myself looking at least respectably dressed back, as though I'm one of the hired people of the
mercenary group,
of the army, and I can dig through my notes. Who was our person we?
Itagawa, something like that.
Kitagawa was the general
Albion leader.
Yeah, Kitagawa was a general.
Oh, the Albion one. I didn't write that down.
I have his name somewhere.
It's Emperor Richard, heavily taxed, Asageshin, Sergeant Matsu, our leader.
Matsu is his name. Is the name of your commander. Yeah.
So we'll say that it's him, right? Sergeant Matsu was our leader.
Sure.
Of the Albion army.
Yeah, that makes sense. He kind of looks at you. He's like, "What do you want?"
We've been sent to make contact with Hermaya. I have this missive. It was said that we were to cooperate. I am sent up from the regiment that was camped outside Low Candle. We are pushing forward, and I have information.
He takes the missive and he looks at it. He says, "There's supposed to be 3 of you."
The other was lost along the road. We were ambushed.
Who by?
Locals, I don't know. They were they were covering their faces. It seems as though there's much unrest. There seems to be every side in this instead of two sides.
He says, takes it, he says, in that case you can go inside, but you know the rules. And he doesn't explain the rules. And he kind of opens up the door for you guys.
We head in.
This is like their lodge, right? Like their headquarters?
Yeah, it's like a warehouse.
Okay.
We're using, because everyone in D&D uses empty warehouses.
Yeah, of course. It's a staple.
It's the only natural place that you would you'd put anything.
Yeah, I think the original title, the working title was Warehouses and Dragons.
Warehouses and Dragons.
Warehouses and Dragons, yes, of course.
Warehouses and workers.
Yes.
Next few decision, actually Hermione.
Dude, we get our asses kicked, man.
It's Leviosa. Not Leviosa, it's Leviosa.
Oh, we're dead. We're like, oh no.
Oh no.
Yeah, so we walk in the warehouse.
Cool. So you walk inside, and you actually see that there are a group of men in here, all pretty well armed, and these guys are from the east. They look like samurai. There's a group of about 10 men here, along with their leader, who's got this kind of like man bun, tied back hair, and a long sword by his side. He's actually sitting down, kind of squatted on one of these boxes. There's a lot of empty boxes all around here, and this man looks up at you and says, "Hey, you two, are you the new guys?"
We are.
Yeah, he says, "You got the stuff?"
We were given a missive, but we were not told to bring anything in addition to ourselves.
Ryuk reaches into his robe and pulls out his last chunk of masawana and throws it to the guy in the box.
Would this suffice for what you need? The missive was not specific.
He says, he shakes his head and he's like, "I can't believe that they fucked up this bad again." And he kind of opens up one of the boxes and you see all these weapons inside, all these guns that you know that Shin has one of them. And there are kind of guns upon guns upon guns. And he says, "Nobody told you to bring these? Huh?" And he kind of gets one of the guns and he kind of like points at you. "No?"
No, the note said to meet you here at this location.
And he kind of like motions at Gavin.
That's all we were told. That you just needed muscle to move some of this around.
Fucking hell. And thanking the molten ice for following. I'll completely mention my friend. You're a gentleman and a scholar. He says, shit, well, whilst you're here, you may as well help us move some of the shit.
Gavin looks around. So is this just... were there any of the Albinite guards that came in with us or anything?
There's just two on the door.
Are they outside or are they inside?
They are outside, yeah.
Okay.
And then these two guys inside, including who presumably must be Himea.
Okay. Who's sitting there and he's on a box. Do I notice any barrels around that look like the barrel?
They've got this like red marks on them. That means that they're explosive.
Something, yeah. No, yeah, with any of the same marks that Shin's or remember my weapon, because I read the book as well. My weapon that I have, any of the black powder that I'm now aware of what it does and how volatile it is.
Roll a perception check. Yeah.
Oh Lord, come on. Don't let me down now. Oh, you know what? I was just looking at my notes on my character sheet. I have a nat 20 that I have stored up from long ago that I have not used. I am going to use my nat 20.
So you spot this one little barrel, which is conveniently placed in the center of the group, which looks like they seem to have completely misjudged having guns and explosives around in close vicinity to one another, and gunpowder. So, yes, you spot that there.
That's the only one, just the one.
There's the one in the middle. There are some on the outside, I'm going to say, but they're kind of too far away to kind of deal damage to them. You'd have to move them closer or get Lem to go nearer them.
Yeah, that's right. It was Good Guy Pie who gave it to me. Thanks, man.
Hey.
So yeah, it's not like it's going to blow up the whole building, but
So are the ones on the outskirts, are they just like scattered around, or are they in like a pile?
They are in a pile, we'll say, yeah.
Okay. Gavin, do you make any sort of motion towards Ryuk about this?
Oh yeah, no, I definitely make a motion towards Ryuk because I assume he recognizes it too, because seeing he almost got his head shot off at the beginning of this.
Sure.
So I am going to attempt to engage in polite conversation with this Hermione.
What task would you have of us?
And while I am talking to him, I will use my mage hand to go over to the pile of barrels, and, you know, if there's an open one, preferably. If not, he'll figure out a way to open one. Grab a handful of this powder and start slowly, like, pouring it out in a line towards the one that Gavin plans to shoot.
Slowly stop. Alright, roll me a sleight of hand.
Man, I'm not good at that. I'm better at stealth. Let's see. Sleight of hand.
Yeah, because it is more of a kind of like just
Good.
for your hand kind of deal.
What did I roll? Is it high?
16.
All right.
16 is pretty good.
Yeah.
16 is good. So he says, I need you to take the boxes, put them on the wagon outside. It's pretty simple. Even an idiot like you should be able to do that.
Yes. Where are we? Are we escorting these boxes and the barrels to somewhere?
Yeah, doesn't matter where.
Okay. So we are not guiding them. We are just providing escort and...
You ask too many questions.
Oh,
Take the boxes on the wagon, then you get paid.
okay.
So has this line of black
Yeah, you're
powder?
kind of like side-stepping along until it reaches the barrels, yeah.
So we've got a nice line of black powder going from a big bunch of barrels up to there.
Yeah.
So before you blow up anything, Ryuk goes,
Oh, okay.
and he walks over and picks up one of the boxes of guns and then starts to walk out.
Okay, cool. And thank you to Joseph B. Dyeworth for following. Welcome to the adventure, my friend. You're a gentleman and a scholar. So, yeah, you want to head out?
Yeah,
So
he's
we-
gonna head out with the boxes because
Nice.
he knows what's about to happen.
Okay. So this is going to get interesting. Let me just check. I got to check something. One quick thing.
How are you? Sue? Good to see you. I'm a little bit
Oh,
ill,
good.
but I'm good other than that.
So, Gavin, of course, he always has, he looks like he's a walking, store with, he's got Agatha, this giant pan on the back of him. I mean, he's got a back full of all sorts of stuff. I mean, he's basically a giant plow horse when we get down to everything he's carrying. One of the things, of course, is his big sledgehammer that is on the side of him. And so he makes a real sort of show that he's trying to bend over and get a box, but the hammer just sort of kind of keeps hitting the ground and bumping into things. And so he goes, let me just put this down somewhere. Spying where the black powder is, slams it down a thing, and at the same time, casts Searing Smite.
Nice.
And so that's an action. And bonus action, he casts Shield of Faith on himself because this is going to go up like
Yeah, this
crazy.
is
So he does
going.
a Shield of Faith and goes, let me put this down.
All right, awesome. Did I get the email? Yeah, I got the email. Don't worry, man. I'll get to it. I get to it tonight after stream. Thank the Dragon King for following. Welcome to the adventure, my friend. You're a gentleman and a scholar. All right, roll me a Constitution saving throw because Dex isn't
That's
getting
gonna hurt.
Thank you, Sue. Yeah, I just took one day off from stream. I'm doing much better now. What did you get, Gavin? 18.
18.
Pretty damn good. Pretty damn good. So you're only going to take half of this as you... just what you say. 39, so 40, so 20 damage.
Okay.
Is what you will take. As you are kind of sent spiraling out of control, head over heels, as this explosion goes off. And Temple wants to give his Patreon wild magic for Gavin. So Gavin, if you could roll to D10K, that would be great.
D100000.
That is evil.
8480. Can we just say for flavor that basically he lands on his back and he sort of slides across the ground on Agatha? That basically he's sliding backwards on this giant cast iron skillet as he goes slipping out of the place.
Yeah, perfect. My God. So 8480.
8480, Gavin. Upon this explosion, which is a great segue into this. All vegetable matter within 50 yards, alive or dead, is immediately dissolved.
So the real question is the big chunk of masawana basically immediately like vaporized who's alive is now tripping balls?
Shit. So you just you immediately begin to see, as well, all the food in your skillet is gone. It's out of here. It just kind of immediately disintegrates, along with your the masawana, which just immediately just goes, and it's not a good time.
Well, I did give my last chunk to the
that's what I'm saying. So right there in the middle of the explosion was the masawana, so anyone who didn't die from the explosion should now be tripping balls.
Yeah.
So
it became acid.
If there were anything left alive in there, it is surely high. Alas, for these gentlemen and scholars, they are not alive. As Ryuk walks out and he doesn't look at the explosion,
look back.
Yeah, he walks out with a crate of guns and then puts it on the back of the cart, and then everything explodes behind him, and I assume everyone else looks.
Like a skipping stone, here comes Gavin on a giant skillet.
Storing hand cannon.
Hair kind of singed, holding his hammer.
Yeah.
He winces when it explodes, and to everyone looking back, he just says,
Storing hand cannon with black powder. Not good choice.
and he puts it back in the cart.
There's people like screaming and running to catch, to try and fetch, I don't know, buckets to put on the fire. Like, help!
Ryuk is busy latching the back of the cart as he mounts one of the horses in the front of it.
Absolutely.
Gavin, let us go.
And Gavin's like, completely frazzled. His hair is like...
What?
What's left of the tuft of his hair is singed off.
Yeah.
Get on the horse. Get on the horse. Get in the cart.
Yeah, I kind of broke up into the cart.
Oh,
The suspension's kind of like to one side.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And thank you to Waldesta for following. Welcome to the event, my friends. You're gentlemen and...
Oh, no, wait 1 second.
Oh.
I don't get in the cart.
Oh.
Is it one of the explosions where it blows up and everything basically blows itself out, when the explosion's so big, or is everything like on fire, or did everything dissolve because all vegetable stuff dissolved?
Well, it dissolved basically, but it's also exploded. So it was a good heady mix of explosion and dissolving, I suppose. So the things are on fire. People are running to put things out, but inside a lot of the stuff has been kind of gone.
Gavin walks back into the building to see if he can find the good luck charm on Hermia, because he promised her that he would bring it back.
Oh, you got to rush back into the burning building in that case.
I am rushing back into the burning building.
Okay, cool. And also thank you to Son of Thunder for following. Welcome to the event, my friends. You're a gentleman and a scholar. Rob me a quick perception check as you're trying to see through the flames to find the items.
Come on. I actually have an inspiration from way back in the beginning of the game. Have advantage on this.
Okay, cool.
I'm cashing in everything so I can find this. Come on. Perception with advantage. 20 and a 19.
Nice.
Believe in the dice gods, people.
So, you, you spot a crate, and this crate is just open because of the flames, and you see that there are these kind of just trinkets inside, and they're not weapons,
Right. And it looks like things, because I did repair a lot of villager stuff, so it looks like maybe I see something that I had repaired or something. And somehow, am I able to attach these to the village?
Yes, you'd be able to connect them too.
So I grab that whole crate and take it and run back out of the building, back to the wagon, throw it in the back of the wagon and be like, get us out of here, Ryuk.
Yeah. And he rides the horse cart full of guns back to the
guns
mountain
and
temple.
villager items.
Yeah.
Nice. And so you guys triumphant upon the back of your cart as you ride off into the sunset with the cart full of villager trinkets and supplies, and with a lack of Bosawana, it is true.
It's a sad day.
It is a sad day. You do have a journey back to make. In fact, you could even try and teleport back to the other temple if you wanted to. But if not, there is a journey back from this town of Arasota, there we go, all the way back to the mountaintop castle. So as you guys are going, we'll just briefly describe your journey back, I suppose, seeing we do have a bit of time here. So just tell me what goes on your journey back, I suppose. So Ryuk, you're traveling, you've spoken to a demon recently, you've made a deal, you've got the cart full of stuff. What's his journey back like?
So I guess he's riding on like the front area. He's kind of pull up his hood so he can try to pass off as like just a regular guy. But every once in a while he kind of glances back to the recovering Gavin and thinks about how easy it would be to just finish him off, but then how much harder it would be to find the sigil, and he debates it, and then he goes back to riding and doesn't actually end up killing Gavin.
Okay, so cool. And what about Gavin?
I think Gavin probably he doesn't know what he's he slips on the promise ring for just a moment. He does it discreetly. He doesn't want, because I don't know if Ryuk heard about the I can't say no part, or was that just into my mind?
I think Ryuk knows.
Yeah, it was out loud.
Okay, so I slip it on very discreetly because I don't want Ryuk to potentially have any advantage on, he understands the risk, but he's willing to
ask to kill you. Just be like,
it just says kill yourself or something stupid.
Yeah.
Or let me do what I will. And so he reaches out to Signe just to ask to help him identify which one of these items is the little girl's good luck charm, to see if she could maybe help him see which one it is.
You find, we'll say you do. You find this little kind of, little pendant, I suppose, like a necklace, and it's got this kind of like doll kind of figurine on it, which looks pretty kind of intricately carved and, what's the word I'm looking for? Detailed, I guess. Just like a craftsman of some repute has made this thing.
One of the little Neko cats.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
So he looks and he sees it's gold. You were saying it was gold.
Yes.
And so he takes out of his blacksmith supplies and for the little bit of fine work that he'd done in his pliers, and he makes a little platinum bell on a leash that he fashions and puts around, as intricately as he can, puts it around the cat's neck so that there's a little bell that actually rings on the pendant. And that's probably consumes his time while he does it, and then puts it away.
Nice. And also I want to thank that Jolly Roger for following. Welcome to the adventure, my friend. You're a gentleman and a scholar. So you guys travel back, and I guess we're gonna have to pick up next time. With Shin, as you guys return from your little kind of side quest, your little side adventure. Having successfully gotten the pendants and the brooch to the people who will surely be reinvigorated with hope, indeed, as you return back to the mountaintop castle. You'll be able to pick up the adventures of Ryuk, Gavin, and Shin next week. So that's where episode 5, 6, who knows, of Samurai Sigil. We forget every week. It's between some numbers. But yes, thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you to everybody who showed up and hanging out with us, who followed us, who donated. Thank you guys so much to Tally, donation, Good Guy, Pie, Bloodstone. You guys are awesome. So thank you guys very, very much for that. It's very generous of you guys.
And that Wolf Raid.
And just watch along. You guys are awesome. We're going to be back on tomorrow, starting at 1 p.m. tomorrow for Dawnbreaker. Now, Dawnbreaker is steampunk D&D. It is some good stuff. So be sure to join us at 1 p.m. Eastern tomorrow, which is 6 p.m. if you're in the UK, and around 7 p.m. if you are in Europe, for the most part. So Europe's weird, as we all know. So yeah, you guys are great. If you enjoyed it, hit that follow button and join us episode 42, yeah. And if you enjoyed my channel and Encounter Roleplay, then go follow these guys' channels. And let's talk about that for a second. So let's do some hooks and plugs from our wonderful players today. So, Mike.
Yes. If Moldog wasn't on vacation, you guys could do !ER. I am the ER of Encounter Roleplay, and I am Mike from Unmade Gaming. You can find me after Will streams. I think I'm going to be streaming some video games today with a few of my guys. We do D&D on Tuesdays and Thursdays over on Unmade Gaming, so feel free to go check that out. And you can see me here every Monday and on the vast majority of Will's 24-hour streams. So, yeah.
Nice. Cool. Go check it out. Twitch.tv/Unmade Gaming. I think you're now a good go by. Don't worry. Tool School, same questions for you, my friend.
You can find me right here on Encounter Roleplay on Monday nights, and usually during the 24-hour streams. I also have a channel as well, which you can usually find me on weekend mornings. If you want to watch someone struggle through building a Twitch channel or any other game that everyone else would find really, really easy to play, and you want to see someone play terrible, you can come watch me on my Twitch channel, which is Tall Squall here on Twitch. And then on Sunday nights, I actually have a Roll20 game that's been going on for a long time that we're broadcasting. It's not really a made-for-TV stream. It's just us playing, but you're welcome to join in.
Not safe for work stream.
Yeah, not safe for work stream. Not really. It's kind of boring because it's just our game, and I turn on this stream.
Yeah.
It's if you want to come hang out, you're welcome to it. And then hopefully you'll see me, like I say, here. Who knows how often?
Who knows? At any point, you could be killed. But yeah, go check out these guys.
Or transformed,
into a Kitsune. It happens most weeks, some kind of transformation or other. So thank you guys so much for watching. I'll be back on tomorrow, hopefully feeling a little bit better with a bit more energy. I'm sorry, I have been a little bit, under the weather recently, but we're coming back at it. Whole new week of streaming. Got some great stuff coming up. Also, in other news, if you guys haven't, I guess you'll find a link for you guys should make this important. If you guys haven't checked out Sub Sunday, it's a thing which is happening. It's a 12-hour D&D stream that you guys can come in and join on if you are a subscriber. So check out this link here. I'm sure plenty of you guys would like to get involved. Come along, play with me on the 20th, that's Sunday, the 20th. And there's games going on all day long, especially one big, long game happening where you guys get to join in the different time slots. We tell one big adventure. And then after that, on Sunday the 20th, exciting news. If you guys have heard of Ed Greenwood, he's been on the show before. He's coming back on again to give away, you guessed it, more books to you guys and to talk about his latest Forgotten Realms books that are coming out and to give some away to you guys. So pretty excited to have Mr. Greenwood back on the show then. But yeah, go check out Subscribe Sunday. Send me an email, and I will.
Also, Will,
yes.
you and I and a couple other people are doing something pretty cool on November 18th.
Yes, we are recording something. Are we not? We are recording something. Me, Mike, Trainsy, and Bubnor, CCE have a new podcast coming out called Roll for Podcast. It's going to be not an actual play because, of course, if you haven't checked out Adventures Anonymous, our actual play podcast, that is where you can find that. But yeah, we've got a pretty neat little idea for a podcast coming out, kind of talk show style, and that'll be out soon. We'll completely forget.
Yeah, so we're going to be filming that or recording that, I guess, on the November 18th. Is it the 18th or is it 25th? 18th? I think it's the 18th. It's the 18th. And I think it's called something along the lines of what to expect when you're expecting. A little joke there. And it's about the first session. So if you guys have player expectations or player questions as to what you expect on your first session of a game, or if you're a DM and you think, what should I bring for my players, feel free to tweet at me or Will or on Will's Facebook and ask us questions, because we'll do a little viewer question section at the end there.
Yes, indeed. And last thing is Twitter. Go follow me on there. Go follow Mike on there as well. Until School and my YouTube as well. If you missed any episode, go catch them on there. But until next time, guys, thank you so much once again. A wonderful show. Glad to be back. Feels really good to be streaming again. And
thanks for all the donations, guys.
Yes, thanks so much,
guys. Really made all the difference in the show tonight. I mean, we had lots of donations and great viewer decisions that will absolutely affect the whole outcome of this story. So that's awesome, guys. Thanks.
Absolutely. So thank you guys so much. And until next time, try not to roll too many nat ones because we want to be here laughing when you do. Thank you guys and good night.
Bye.